What was unclear now is clear. Because the world, the universe, and truth are far bigger than the thoughts that you and I have accepted. It's not what you do, it's who you are. This moment right now is the single most important and beautiful moment of our life. Be in this moment, play in this moment, have this moment, live this moment. Want what's happening now. You begin to see that life is not so serious, that we're here to enjoy this experience of life through the tears, through the sadness, and through the fears. Every stream in life, every experience of life is leading me to the ocean of my existence. It's awesome stuff to live.
Oh, Buddha!
We don't need to do anything. There is no place else to be but where we are. The greatest maturity in life is love. Yet everybody thinks they know so much about love, and the truth of the matter is, most people know nothing about love. For many years, I stood before audiences every Sunday morning as a teacher, as a minister, and I would look out at the audience and I would see their faces. They all came to get something that they wanted. They had a problem in their life, a husband, a child, a wife, money. And they were all looking for me to help them cure their life. And after a while, I started to realize I wasn't really helping them. People are looking for quick fixes, pop psychology, philosophy, religion, anything they can find to find the answer to their life. They don't really understand that life is not posing any question, therefore there are no answers to life. The whole idea is whether or not I will mature in love. When I could see in their face that they were just looking at me for a philosophy, some idea to change their life, I began to suddenly realize how useless this all is in talking to people. You have to give people direct experience. You will never know love as a philosophy. You will never know love as a religion. Love cannot be touched with the mind or the body. Your passions are not love. Your thoughts are not love. The only way you and I will ever know love is to have direct experience with it. Therefore, I tried to give you meditations and practices. I give my students retreats and opportunities to really find themselves. You would be surprised how few people are really mature enough to do this. Because what has to happen is the whole idea of the way they have loved and what they have believed love to be has to be broken down and destroyed. And you have to start all over again. I like to call it the beginner's mind, so to speak, starting all over again. Without a mind that's analytical, without a mind that is searching for some kind of answer, to begin to find oneself beyond your thoughts. Now you start maturing into love, because the love is a direct experience. It's something you encounter within yourself, not something you conjure up, that you imagine and that you hope for. And that's the problem with most of us. Love is a philosophy and not an experience. So what does it mean to mature in love? I'm going to give you some things to kind of work with, and then I want to offer to you the Tao. To mature in love simply means that you begin to see the bigger picture of your life, that everything that we are about is merging into love. There's an old story I love about the salt child. A child who was made out of salt. He didn't know where he belonged. And he searched all over the world to find out where he belonged because he felt like no matter where he went, he just didn't fit. Finally, he came down to the ocean. And as he put his foot in the water, he started to dissolve. And he started to realize as he walked into the water that this is where he belonged, in the ocean. The salt child dissolved into the ocean. Well, that's exactly what we need to do with love. You are a salt child seeking love, seeking the ocean of your own existence. But what you tend to do is you go live in forests and mountains, high on the peaks of your ego and your pride, trying to get love from people that can't give you love. You'll never be happy this way. Happiness is a quality of consciousness. It isn't something we get. It isn't something we do. It's something we already are. And the problem with all of us is we're looking for it in, power and prestige and passion and money, accomplishment. People who are always seeking money over love or seeking money to find love are people who never find themselves. People who are looking for success over love and calling success love never find themselves. They are searching for that thing like the salt child, never being willing to go and dissolve into the ocean of their own existence. Maturing doesn't mean being serious. It means being playful. So profoundly playful inside of yourself that you take nothing serious. You're never frowning. You're never looking at things as right and wrong. You're looking at things as love. The wise student hears of the Tao and practices it diligently. The average student hears of the Tao and gives it thought now and again. The foolish student hears of the Tao and laughs aloud. If there were no laughter, the Tao would not be what it is. Hence it is said that the bright path seems dim. Going forward seems like retreat. The easy way seems hard. The highest virtue seems empty. Great purity seems soiled. A wealth of virtue seems inadequate. The strength of virtue seems frail. Real virtue seems unreal. The perfect square has no corners. Great talents ripen late. The greatest notes are hard to hear. The greatest form has no shape. The Tao is hidden without name. The Tao alone nourishes and brings everything to fulfillment. So which of the three students are you? The good student is the one who is quick to adapt to their feelings. They don't let their mind interrupt. They don't let their thoughts get in the way of love. They're not analytical. They're not thinking people. They're not predicting what will happen. They simply are in the flow of the spontaneity of their life, and they flow with love, and they don't let themselves get insulted or hurt. They simply are compassionate. Now, the average student, that's where most people are. The average student gets insulted and hurt. They see how they love and they let all the complexities of their life get between them and what is life. They let all the rubbish, the garbage, get between themselves and their whole experience, and they're so busy trying not to see the complexities of their thoughts and their feelings and their anger and their hurt that they can't focus on their heart. They get insulted easily. They get passionate. They get angry. They get mad. They get glad. They let the human element get between them and the ocean of their own existence. And usually all they can focus on, is the stuff in the front of them. This student doesn't go very far. They don't do very much with their practice. They use it now and again when they think they're in trouble or they have a problem. It's a very selfish way to live our practice. And when these people are trying to practice, they're looking for good over bad, right over wrong, and they miss the entire experience of what love is all about. Therefore, their practice isn't worth much. The poor student hears the Tao, here's the way of life, here's the way of love, and they laugh at it. because they think they know it all. I have counselees and students when I would be working with them. I still work with them. And when a counselee says to me, oh, I know that, I know that, I know that, I know that, I ask them, well, if you know so much, how come your life is the way it is? How come? If you know so much, how come you're coming to me for help if you know so much? Listen, ministers, politicians, teachers, they all know how to deal with you. They find out what it is that you believe in, that you want, things that you think are important to your life, and then they just tell you they believe in them. And they tell you that what you believe in is right. And you will pay money. You will sit before them to hear them tell you exactly what will put you to sleep spiritually. The poor student looks for ways to fall asleep. They're looking for someone to tell them they're good, looking for someone to tell them there is hope for their life, for the way they live and the way they are. There is no hope for your life the way you are. If you are living out of love, if you think love is passion, emotion, if you think love comes from your body and your mind, there's no hope for any happiness. You and I need to take a deep look at our life. What are we living for? I like to ask this to my students. Who do you think you are? If you think you're anybody, you'll never know love. Nobody likes you anyway. Give up the idea of being a somebody and be a nobody. Lao Tzu was asked who he was. He said, I am no one. Gautama Buddha was asked, who are you? And he said, I am simply awake. I am no one. The moment you start finding love, your persona, your personality starts to decrease. You start to melt into the ocean of love. You become a nobody. And nobody likes you anyway. And you start to understand that trying to find love through this venue, this ego, this pride, this prestige, is not going to bring you anything in your life. You're going to lose your life. Those who stand before you and try to convince you that there's hope or that you're a wonderful person are not loving you. That's the average to poor student. The good student hears of the Tao inside, follows the way in their heart, does not argue with it, but is playful with it, does not allow themselves to be insulted, does not look for hope or answers, but rather looks for the way within. And in doing so, finds a way within their life. And in finding that way within their life, they find not hope, but reality. And the reality is that you are love. Don't let things get in the way of yourself. Don't let your concepts and your fears get in the way of your life. Be daring enough and strong enough on the inside to let love have its way with you. Follow yourself and you will have found the answer to your whole life. So one has to really consider what they're living for in this life. If you're living to get people to love you, so you'll love yourself, you've made a terrible mistake in your life, and you're living for some very futile reasons, and you're going to bring about a tremendous pain and suffering in your life. Lao Tzu referred to the Tao as the watercourse way. Wherever there is water, there is life, there is nourishment. If you choose to live over in this way, in your mind, your body, gets rather barren. It's like planting seeds in the sand. Nothing much grows. It's the way we are on the inside. We've been taught that other people's affection of us and other people's thoughts of us are more important than our own. We've been taught that affection is love, passion is love, and that if you get affection and passion and respect from other people from the point of view of pride and emotion, that you have something very special, and you don't. These things die with you at the grave. What we need to start to look at is what we can live with in ourselves. A spiritual path is the maturity we take in love. And real love is maturity. Let me give you what it looks like. A, you are not insulted, never insulted. You realize, I don't have time to be insulted. I have to look at the way I'm living my life. I have to look at the way I perceive myself, and I have to drop it quickly. This means you can't be insulted because other people don't care for you or like you. Hey, nobody likes you anyway. Even the people you think like you don't like you. Get behind their thoughts. You'll see they all got those private thoughts, just like you do about them. So you can't get insulted. The second thing you're going to have to do is you're going to have to make your practice a spiritual playground, not a slaughterhouse. Too many people make their practice the slaughterhouse of their ego, hating, liking, going through the motions of trying to hack away at their ego until they absolutely, well, their practice dissolves. They don't have one because they're so busy hating what it is they see about themselves, they see no reason to do their practice. So you can't go through it like that. You have to also have, third, a wonderful, awesome sense of humor. You know, we're really funny. Jesus said it in the book of Thomas. It is a wonder and an amazement that such great wealth has made its home in such poverty. That is really a profound statement. We live like very poor people. We live very ill. We live very foolishly. Here we have all this beauty around us, and we only focus on the ugly parts of us. And we made it ugly because we were trying to take what was human and make it divine. That's where we go astray. Don't ever let yourself be fooled by the appearances of your life. Those people who would love to use you are telling you to be serious and that you have to go out into this life and earn love, earn respect, earn other things like money, power, prestige to make something of yourself. That is self-esteem, and I'm telling you, they're using you. Don't be foolish. Follow that which lives within you. To me, it's that which lives within you that's worth the effort of your life. In fact, to sacrifice everything for love, and the maturity of love will bring you to your heart. You have to be this playful with your practice. I don't want to give you any more theories, and I don't want to give you any more philosophy. In fact, I try not to. What I try to do is make you question what you're doing inside yourself, make you look at what you're doing with the rest of your life. You have a beautiful day. Who are you? What are you going to do with this day? Are you going to just squander it off, trying to do things that pass the time until you die? Is that it for you? You're going to think you know it all, pretend like you know everything about your life, yourself, and what you're supposed to be doing? Are you going to fool yourself? Or are you going to go into yourself? Begin to know yourself. Begin to accept who you are and love who you are, past your faults and your weaknesses. Don't be concerned about them. Be more focused on the love that lives within you than you are the faults and the weaknesses you have in your humanity. Everybody has them. Don't be concerned with your humanity. Let it be a vehicle for your divinity. Let the thing that brings you to love be the focal point of your life and the focus of your life. When you allow yourself to do this, you will find that you don't care about what other people think of you. You won't care about what they want out of you. What you will care about is what's going on within you. You will find the greatest love of all, the love that lives within you, and then you can truly help people through your kindness, through your love, through your compassion, and through your forgiveness. Love is the only maturity there is. Most people are concerned with their longevity. They want to live a long time. I think it's basically because they're afraid to face their own death. If you've lived in love, if you've lived well on the inside, you're not afraid of death. Death is just one more door that you go through to find another phase of your life. That's maturity. And that only comes with love. That doesn't come with philosophy or religion. You can't face death religiously. You can't face it philosophically. You have to face death the way you live your life. You will die the way you lived, and you will live the way you die. And if it isn't in love, then there's going to be lots of gnashing of teeth and wailing. So, in the time you have left to live this life in this world, live it wisely, dear friend. Live it with as much love and forgiveness, with as much tenderness and compassion as you possibly can. Live quietly, live sincerely, live deeply. Enjoy the beautiful experiences of life. Feel everything about it and let it carve out within you the real feel of love. If you do, you're going to find that this life is an extremely valuable and rewarding and beautiful experience, and that it never ends. I want to thank those of you who watch our program, and those of you who contributed to make this program possible, this very special series, Nobody Likes You Anyway. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for your donations. And I want to thank my crew, Merlin Productions, and all the people that have backed me and supported me to help me make this series, Nobody Likes You Anyway. It has been my honor and my privilege. My only motive is to help give you an alternative to your daily living, maybe to look at things from a different point of view. I hope in some way I've contributed to your life. Please forgive me, won't you? Namaste. The average student, he lets everything. They are born and they die. That's their conscience. They are. Let's do it again.
What's love got to do with it?
What's love got to do with it? Let's try it again. That guy came, he came out of his gated house, saw us standing there in the van, drove by, kind of looked at us suspiciously, turned around, waited a few moments, and came right back to see if we were robbing him.
Cool.
As if. Let's do it again. Oh God, do I look like a robber? Professional beggar, not a robber. Oh, please be nice to me and give me some money. To Greg, so we can build our ashram. Okay.
And now the truth can be told.
Yes!